The young woman calmly puts on her blue apron, preparing for cooking. The young woman heats a pan on the stove, oil shimmering, ready to cook.
Food sizzles in hot oil. Steam rises, filling the kitchen with warmth.
The young woman stirs the pot, steam rising, deeply focused on her cooking. The young woman pours rich sauce into the pan, adding flavor with a gentle splash. Cooking in full swing, the young woman stirs the bubbling pot as time passes. Soup bubbles gently in the pot, with iridescent highlights, a meditative sight. The kitchen bustles with 2 generations cooking amidst a steamy, snowy backdrop.
The carrots look perfect.
I hope the flavor is just right for the stew.
It will be delicious, my love.
Food deepens in color and texture. Steam intensifies, showing time's passage. The young woman tastes her creation, eyes lighting up with satisfaction. The finished dish, perfectly plated with garnish, steams gently in a ceramic bowl. The young woman meticulously sets the table, preparing for a cozy meal. Grandmother delicately adds a final herb sprig, then rests her hands in anticipation. The young woman takes her first bite, eyes closing in pure, delicious satisfaction. It looks wonderful, dear.
Thank you, Grandma. Let's eat.
This stew is perfect, sweetie. Just like mine.
I learned from the best.
A young man thoughtfully selects ripe apples, his eyes scanning the vibrant produce.
Freshly picked this morning, very sweet.
I'll take 2 pounds, please.
Feet walk steadily on cobblestones, autumn leaves crunching softly underfoot. The young man's hand reaches for his apartment key, which gleams softly.
young man enters his cozy apartment, removing his shoes, feeling at home.
A single dust particle dances in a sunbeam, refracting light into tiny rainbows.
It's moments like these I treasure the most. Cheers!
To friendship and quiet afternoons.
Tea leaves unfurl in hot water, steam rising, deepening in color beautifully. Twilight fills the living room, lamps lighting, marking time's gentle passage. I needed this.
Me too.
It's so peaceful.
The young man sips his tea, eyes closing softly in deep contentment.
A serene coastal village awakens, gentle waves and bobbing boats. A young woman walks reflectively along the beach, gazing at the ocean. Fingers gently turn a unique seashell, revealing intricate patterns and iridescent gleams.
The young woman approaches a quaint lighthouse, basket in hand, with wonder.
The young woman opens the heavy lighthouse door, revealing a spiral staircase.
The young woman ascends the spiral staircase, scanning ancient stone walls.
The young woman reaches the lighthouse top, stepping onto the windy observation deck.
A smooth pebble, wet with ocean spray, gently rolls, catching rainbow highlights. The lighthouse lens slowly rotates, its light brightening as evening approaches.
A lighthouse beam sweeps across the dark ocean, creating a shimmering, magical path.
Twilight paints the sky with deep blue.
The young woman and lighthouse keeper settle on the bench, sharing tea in warm light.
The young woman sips her tea, eyes softly closed in deep, peaceful contentment. A young woman walks observantly along a forest path, enjoying nature's beauty.
Fingers gently roll a dew-kissed leaf, revealing delicate veins and tiny rainbows. The young woman approaches a clear forest stream, basket of berries in hand. The young woman's hand gently dips into the cool, clear stream, creating soft ripples.
Here you go. Aren't you cute?
The young woman gently places a smooth river stone into her basket of berries.
The young woman continues her walk along a winding forest path, sunlight filtering through.
A vibrant mushroom, dew-covered, grows on a mossy tree root, sparkling softly. A water droplet, heavy with mist, slides down a fern frond, creating a tiny rainbow.
The young woman gently releases an iridescent butterfly, its wings fluttering.
A single waterfall drop creates a perfect ripple on a mossy rock.
A vibrant sunset bathes the waterfall.
The young woman gently offers a berry to the wise fox, fostering connection.
The young woman takes a slow, deep breath.
Freshly made takoyaki! Get it while it's hot!
I'll take 2 orders, please.
A young woman in a vibrant kimono is captivated by a street performer.
Here you are, freshly made.
Thank you so much. It looks wonderful.
The young woman lights her paper lantern. Flame flickers, casting dancing shadows. The young woman's hand gently releases a glowing firefly, its bioluminescence pulsing. A tiny, folded paper crane sways gently, catching soft light.
The young woman gently places her lit lantern onto a pond, its light shimmering. A water lily bud unfurls, reflecting the warm glow of a distant floating lantern.
A deep, star-filled night sky above the temple. Lanterns floating on the pond. The young woman's hand gently touches a smooth river stone.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yes, they carry our wishes out to the world. It is a lovely tradition.
The young woman and elderly woman share a peaceful breath, hands gently clasped.
The temple pond glows with lanterns under a...
The tea house glows in twilight. Empty bowl.
Fingers gently trace a dew-kissed wildflower petal, revealing delicate veins and rainbows.
The young man approaches an ancient oak tree, sketchpad in hand, with reverence. The young man's hand gently touches the ancient oak tree's rough, mossy bark.
The young man sketches under the oak tree, capturing the sweeping, wildflower-filled landscape.
The young man packs his sketchpad, preparing to leave the oak tree, bathed in soft evening light.
The young man pauses, looking back at the ancient oak tree with gratitude and peace.
A single dewdrop, heavy with morning mist, clings to a blade of grass, refracting light.
The young man closes his sketchpad, preserving a pressed wildflower and memories. A deep, star-filled night above the hillside, fireflies twinkling across the fields.
See that bright cluster there, lad? They say that's where the dream weavers live.
The young man carefully examines a vibrant blue wildflower, touching its delicate petals.
They're magnificent tonight, aren't they? Makes a man feel small.
Small, perhaps, but connected. Look there, just above the ridge.
The young man takes a slow, deep breath, his eyes softly closed in deep contentment.
A young woman, focused and determined, begins shaping clay on a potter's wheel. A bustling Japanese pottery studio, clay dust dancing, potters shaping clay.
Fingers gently pull spinning clay upwards,
forming a delicate cylinder, water dripping.
The young woman, smiling proudly, places her freshly made pottery onto a drying rack. The young woman's hand gently brushes away clay dust, building anticipation for firing. The young woman places dried pottery into a glowing wood-fired kiln, immersed in soft evening light.
A glaze bubble gently pops on a test tile, revealing a subtle sparkle.
The kiln whispers to us now. Listen closely, for the transformation is near.
I hear it, Sensei. It is beautiful.
The young woman and master potter touch newly fired pottery, sharing pride.
The young woman's hand gently applies a subtle glaze to pottery, creating a delicate sheen. A tiny air bubble in glaze rises and pops, leaving a smooth, unblemished finish.
The young woman's hand gently places her finished pottery onto a display shelf.
The glaze turned out beautifully on this one.
Yes, Sensei. It almost glows in the evening light.
The studio glows softly in twilight, finished pottery gleaming, a lingering peace.
A tranquil Japanese garden, koi swimming, cherry blossoms falling, peaceful atmosphere.
Fingers gently touch the koi pond, creating ripples around a floating cherry blossom petal.
The young woman approaches a bamboo grove, fan in hand, with peaceful wonder.
The young woman's hand gently touches a smooth, green bamboo stalk, swaying softly.
The young woman's hand gently catches a falling cherry blossom petal with delicate precision. The young woman walks towards a tea house, her kimono swaying, immersed in the garden.
A single water drop, heavy with dew, clings to a vibrant green tea leaf, sparkling.
A perfect foam bubble bursts on matcha, revealing a subtle sparkle and vibrant green.